As summer approaches, screen time tends to increase among families. In fact, one study found 89% of parents with kids ages 2 to 6, they said screen time was the top way that they spend time together. So how can parents make sure that they're getting the most out of screen time? Here with us today is Sarah DeWitt, PBS Kids digital tech expert. Thank you so much for joining us. I know PBS has some great educational ways to spend time with your children. Explain to us what we can do over the summer to maybe make things a little lighter for us parents.
Well, the first thing parents can do is really try to think about how to make the screen time an education time. So what you can do is think about your child's interests. If your child really loves animals, then choose an animal show, because then your child is going to be more engaged in that content. The other thing that's really critical and a key thing that can help boost education is to talk to your kids about what they watched. So after you watch a show, then ask them some questions about it. Did you see some new animals today? Or I noticed that some characters were having an argument. How did they work that out? This is a great way not only for you to bond with your child a little bit and have some good conversation away from the screen, but also for your child to work on literacy skills. While they're telling you the story of what they watched, they're really working on some key skills that are going to be good for kindergarten and preschool. How does a story start? What happened? How does it end? So this is a really great thing for parents to do. And I think most parents don't realize that just talking to their kids about screen time can make a huge difference.
What else can parents do to make sure that screen time isn't necessarily just your child sitting in front of a television?
Well, you definitely want to be proactive about it. You want to think carefully about the best times of day for your family. So like for me personally, it's dinner time. That's a great time for them to watch TV so I can get something done. But then also set that routine with your kids. And that way it doesn't become just kind of a default thing where there's some downtime and you turn on the TV. If a child has really clear expectations about the times of day when they're going to get to play or watch, then that really kind of makes everything smoother. Another thing that I think is a great thing for parents to do is to choose shows that model the kind of behavior you want your kids to exhibit. So in my case, my 3-year-old is having some trouble with sharing, which is a very typical 3-year-old thing. And so we're watching Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. You would watch that on KUED PBS Kids. And what he then does is he sees characters working through some kinds of problems with sharing. And then I can have that conversation with him later. How did they figure that out? What did they do together to make it work? This is a really great way for kids to see something and think about how it matters in their own lives.
Sesame Street certainly was one of those programs that helped me as my kids were growing as well. Such great programming on PBS, and as a parent, it's educational as well, and I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.